Hey everybody, welcome back to On the Line with Babsie. I'm your host, Michèle Haines, and this episode is a little bit different. We recorded this in May 2020, if you remember the COVID-19 quarantine extravaganza that we had. And I thought it would be a great idea for my mom and I to record from our own individual CoronaPrizons, phone to phone. So we had a few dropouts, a little bit of an issue here and there, but Tim stitched them all together like a surgeon that he is. And yeah, it came out pretty good. You'll hear a couple of little here and there where we're coming back, just so things make a little more sense. You'll see. Enjoy.
Are we on?
We are on. All right, let's get going. Tim's getting a Vitamix.
Oh, Tim is getting a Vitamix?
Uh-huh.
Oh, they're wonderful. They're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be careful.
Not to put your hand in there.
I accidentally, no. It's when you put the liquids in, I didn't have the top on, and it landed on the ceiling. So it stayed there for a while because I couldn't reach it. But, yeah, it's very powerful, and it's wonderful. But the lid has to be on tight, and everything went flying to the ceiling. But
was it not
was good
on
anyway.
At all? Did you not have the lid at all? Or it was? Oh, it wasn't tight.
No, the lid was not on tight, and I thought, I'm going to try high, and I pushed high, and boom, right up to the ceiling.
Well, it worked.
So,
and then I got my glasses, and it dripped into the glass.
Oh, yeah.
What were you making?
Unfortunately, it was tomato sauce. So, it left a pink stain up there, but not in this kitchen, in another kitchen, but so.
Okay.
But I wanted to remind him that it's it's wonderful. Wonderful.
Good.
And you can do so much with it, yes. So how are you?
Good. I think this is our first podcast of the new year, so Happy New Year in May.
Happy New Year and during a pandemic.
Mm-hmm. How are you staying safe?
I am secluded. Sequestered.
Well, nothing's new, really.
No. No, well, I used to go out a little more, but not now. Actually, Maryland is in phase 1, but that doesn't faze me, well, because, of course, I don't have children that have to go to school and, the worries of everything. I just have to be careful that I am not in any crowds or anything, which I haven't been in a long time. So it's all right, but I think it's just terrible what's happened, and it didn't have to happen.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And your friend James made us some very nice masks. Do you get to wear yours around the house?
Yes, I wore it twice because we had a technician come for the refrigerator, and in fact, I know him. He's a local fellow, but works for the electric company and services appliances. So when he came, he understood. I stayed way back, and And yes, the only thing is, it's hard to breathe through it. It covers me. Yeah, I can see. But yeah, yours looked very good, Michèle.
Thank you.
Yours looked good on you. I mean, it's, not my favorite way of living, but this is what we have to do. Yeah. So anyway, unfortunately, though, he fixed one problem and it caused another problem. So that was my second time wearing my mask. So
great.
he came back and it caused water to freeze the ice maker so it wouldn't make ice. So I told them, and so he came back, and that was my second time of wearing the mask. So, but I'm practicing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Breathing.
Yeah, I'm practicing. Yeah. Oh, it's hard. It's hard to breathe through this one that he made. Yeah. So I may try to find
running
another.
for the first time in a mask, and that was tough at first. But
Michèle.
Yeah. No, here we go.
You don't need to run. You don't need to run. You can walk briskly. You can walk
I like
briskly.
to run.
Oh, you do?
I walked so briskly it turned into a run. So what's the difference?
Oh, yes. But I'm not running anymore because I don't. It doesn't
Anymore.
make me feel good. Well, I never did. Yeah. Unless I had to, unless somebody was chasing me.
It's good to practice that too.
Me. Yeah. No one ever chased me. But if I had to run, I don't think I'd like it.
Like, just do what you want with me. I give up.
But anyway, yes.
Wow. What have you been up to pass the time?
Nothing. I just dusted 2 shelves, and I have a way to go. Dusted.
Oh, dusted.
With a
wow.
Yeah,
since March.
Cloth. But no. Well, March, April. April.
Okay, that makes
since April.
That makes more sense to get through 2 shelves. Yeah.
But but it's just I look around and I think I have a million things to do, but I look and I think, I can do that tomorrow.
Exact opposite of what they say.
And it gets on your brother doesn't like things left undone, so he keeps everything. He's very neat in the kitchen and everything, and
nothing on the ceiling.
But no, nothing's on the ceiling yet. But the Vitamix is wonderful, and I'm sure that the new one that Tim gets, it may have a different kind of top because I've had this one since the night. Well, I had it when you were children.
Really?
It's been
still your children.
I forgot where that was.
We were talking about Vitamix, and yes, thank you. I think sometimes we get things lost in translation. When I ask you to call back in, you wait for me to call. So now we're back.
No, I was waiting for you to tell me when to call. So anyway,
now.
I didn't want to disturb anything. All right. So what? Yes. So
Vitamix. So what have you made in yours that hasn't landed on the ceiling? Didn't you make peanut butter and stuff like that?
No.
Oh.
No. No, it's I've made yogurt, banana, strawberries, blueberries, as a drink. But also you can put vegetables in there, use it as a drink. It does so much. You can make soups and things like that, but it's just a wonderful machine. I love it.
Good.
I love it. So,
good.
Yes.
Well, what
yes.
else have you been doing in the kitchen? I'm sure you've been baking since that's your specialty.
No.
Gordon Ramsay said.
You know why?
Really?
No, I haven't been doing anything good in the kitchen. We can't find flour. Everybody else is making lovely things at home and can't leave one package of flour for me. So I haven't made anything except boiled chicken and meatloaf. Oh.
Well, if they're listening, please leave one pack of flour for my mom.
In Wegmans.
Don't tell where you live. But yeah, Wegmans. All the Wegmans just somewhere in Maryland.
Oh, sorry.
Do you know, some of the coffee shops here in LA are starting to carry things like flour. Have you checked with coffee shops?
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, no. Haven't checked. David has looked for flour for me, but it's off the shelves almost everywhere, but never. Well, see, nothing was open. We've been on a lockdown, so have you, but coffee, well, we're not LA. I don't say where we are, but
yeah, because I don't want some crazy fan to slap on a diaper and travel out and try to do you harm. So we'll just keep your location a secret.
Well, around where we live, which is rural, there are no real coffee shops. Starbucks doesn't carry flour.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, then.
But
I
anyway.
guess you'll have to put the baking off for a little bit, or you could maybe you could barter TP for flour. So if anyone's listening in a rural neighborhood of Maryland and would like to trade toilet paper and flour, let us know. You can reach us at Michèle at ChèleOnEarth.com with your flour. Anyway.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
Well, speaking of food, would you ever consider trying vegan cheese?
What is it?
Vegan.
What is it?
You know what vegan is?
Oh, yes. Yes, like Beyond
They don't eat
Meat.
animal products. Yeah, but cheese.
Yeah, they have. But cheese, I don't know if they have it here.
They have it here. My friend Youssef makes it at his shop called Fromage, and it's very good. He's trying to turn me vegan, and he said it's okay. Yeah. It took him 50 years, so I understand.
That would be wonderful. This area is not very hip. They're not quite up to what, LA is or anything, but it's coming, but very slowly. But
very nice
do have I don't think
or not.
But I mean, we've lived in. It's okay, but we've lived in much prettier places, the Alps and California. I actually lived in California. You know that.
Oh, I do know that.
And, the house just by accident happened to be across the street from the ocean, and we used to just go across the street and fish, sit on the rocks and fish, and it was such a beautiful place. Monterey, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that in an earlier podcast. But yeah, it does sound nice. Did you ever have an earthquake while you were there?
In California, I'm not sure. I only remember Mom and Dad, your grandparents, talking about the earthquakes we had in Misawa, Japan, because that happened quite often. But I don't remember anything in Monterey, them saying anything about that. But I'm sure we had tremors, because don't they happen often? You're probably having a tremor right now and don't even know it.
Great. Well, thanks for that. Thank you for manifesting that thing.
Well, I believe after a large one, I do believe after a large one, you have several hundred or so tremors that you won't even feel. So, but don't worry.
We did feel one recently.
Fine. You did?
We had one the other day, and it was like a gigantic 18-wheeler speeding by the apartment window, that rumbling.
Really?
And
yes,
it was just like
like a train.
Yeah. And it lasted a few seconds. Like, that was one that was not deniable.
Yeah. Gee, you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me, but see, things are still moving. Oh, yeah. Just hold on. Go into the bathtub.
I don't think that's what you're supposed to do.
Is that for a hurricane?
I suggest to go in a door frame.
I think, yes, the bathtub is for a tornado. Is it?
Yeah, just stick to mastering your Vitamix lid and leave the earthquake stuff up to Peanut and I. We'll do our research.
Sorry. The Vitamix is wonderful.
Okay.
The tremors are just fine.
I think you're supposed to stand next to an unstable building.
I forgot it is in a door jam, but you have well-built things in California and certain codes that we wouldn't have here, because you could practically blow the frame over in some of the houses here, the way they're built.
Great. Well, you are you could get a tornado.
Well, we could, but then we have
But you have a basement.
Well, at least, yes, the lower level, honey.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Language. I've gotten very uncivilized since coming west.
Someone says, I'll take it into the basement, I said, it's the lower level.
Get out, peasant. Now, if you had a tornado, would you let some of the neighbors who have snubbed you in the gazebo into your lower level, or would you leave them to blow away?
Because they have their own lower levels. So they all have
I thought some of them had upper levels instead of lower.
Oh, well, they have lower also. So those houses are a little different. Yeah, they have a second floor, and then we just have the lower level and the first floor and the attic, where their attic is converted into like a couple bedrooms or something. It's all a little, the homes are very cute, but, they're not $1 million homes or anything. So, but they're very nice and very nicely located for, shopping.
Yes.
For
trying
nothing.
Very hard to
I don't
compliment after insulting your area, so.
Oh, well, I don't need a thing, because they don't carry what I like in this area. So, and I'm not traveling for a lipstick, I don't need it that badly. Besides, you can't wear lipstick under a mask anyway. But I do notice, well, your lipstick would be all over your face, and that would be kind of funny looking. Yeah. But remember when Elaine on Seinfeld, Jerry asked her a question, and I did the same thing. My lipstick went across my cheek. I was listening to something, and I was putting it on, and I thought, what did he say? And I was still drawing it across, and it went across my cheek. And when I got in the car, I looked in the mirror, and I thought, oh, my goodness, where did that come from? And it was my lipstick that I didn't look in the mirror before I left.
No. You have a habit of doing that. You show up to the doctor with different shoes, lipstick across your face, spaghetti on your outfit.
But I got dressed in the dark, and I had two pair of ballet flats, and they just happened.
Electricity?
No, this was at the apartment in New York, and
so
we were going for David.
There?
Yes, but I didn't put it on because there was a light in the other room, and I thought I could see enough, and I had only two pair of shoes on the floor, and David said, the taxi's downstairs, we've got to go. And I slipped into the shoes, and I just ran to the elevator, got in the cab, got to the doctor's office, and I'm sitting there, and I looked down, and one was a Chanel ballet flat, and the other one was a Ferragamo. But they weren't that much different unless the doctor were to look at my feet, and he didn't. So that was
he didn't
wonderful.
Say anything. Like,
no,
I don't want to have to send her to the nut house.
Oh, I was so happy, and I didn't even know until I was sitting in the waiting room, and I happened to look down at my feet, and I said to David, I have two different shoes on, and he said, he said, never mind, they kind of look alike, so we'll get in the taxi quickly, and we're going right home. I said, I know, I've got to get home without anybody seeing. So I did. And yeah. So anyway, we're out of New York, thank goodness, because of everything. Oh, well, it was lovely for the time, but they're having a difficult time now. Everybody is, I'm sure. I know. Now, are you in the phase one of this disaster for everyone?
I can't keep track of the phases. I just go out for espresso, wash my hands. Phase two.
Oh, phase two. Oh, it's good Tim's there. At least he knows what phase you're in. Sorry.
I'm not a numbers person.
Strike
Sorry.
that if you want to. Yes.
To what?
What did you? What did you
Nothing.
say? So we're just starting phase one, but people are not cooperating, and that's why this is going to continue, and it could go into lockdown again because people are not distancing themselves. But anyway, so what other appliances are nice things for the kitchen? I know the KitchenAid mixer, but I don't think Tim bakes. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Well, yeah, there are other things to do to keep yourself busy, I guess. I have been working on... Yes. Hello?
No. Yes.
Were you going to say something?
What were you going to say? What were you going to say, honey?
Oh, well, I had what is called an out-of-body experience, but not like a near-death. But it's also considered, it's not bad. It's dreaming, but it's not dreaming. It's not a dream. It's not a lucid dream. It's an out-of-body astral travel. And there's a difference because you're fully conscious. Research, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I've been trying to do it on purpose. And I was listening. I read a book by William Buellman, and then I listened to his audiobook. And I was lying down. I started falling asleep. I had a dream. And then I woke up around chapter 6. I started having a lucid dream where I was flying above a marsh at night through reeds, and I was aware of his voice. And then it changed from a lucid dream to just hearing his voice, and then my entire body was vibrating, and there were waves of vibrations, like from head to toe. And like his instruction is that you don't pay attention to your body, otherwise it'll snap you back in and you won't complete the travel. But I just wanted to take it all in and really feel everything that's going on. And it happened for like maybe about 10 revolutions, and then it stopped. And it was very cool.
Oh, my. Well, I've never heard of anything like this. Did you say you caused this to happen?
Yes. And I've done, ever since I was little. It's not bad. We use 10% of our brain. I want to know what the other 90 is up to. And it's all this subconscious stuff that is really interesting. And even when I was little, I would lie in bed fully conscious, and I could levitate and go up to the ceiling. And I know I was at the ceiling because we lived in a very old house, and we could hear, remember how the mice would get trapped between the ceiling and the upper floor? And you could hear them too.
Oh, my word.
Anyway, so you could hear them chewing, and when I felt the levitation, the chewing sound was right in my ear, so I knew I was like an inch away from the ceiling.
But your
and I would just stay there.
Body is still in bed, correct?
It's your energy body.
Oh, my word. I'm going to have a nightmare.
It's not bad. So when before I read his book, when I did this, this happened a couple weeks ago, because I have lucid dreams, and that's when you're present in the dream, but it's a dream.
Yes.
This is where you're actually present, where you are, wherever you are. Your energy self is present there. And the difference is, I was sitting on a sofa. There was a lady to my left, and there was a man to my right. And the lady wanted to tell me something, but she held back. And I said, please tell me. And she's like, and then she stopped. And then they disappeared. And then there was someone else to my right. I don't want to name.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Echo. I'm echoing. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm not. Am I? Nope, I'm not. Okay, good.
You're not?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, I love that Vitamix.
Okay, we're done with Vitamix.
I know.
Starting all the way over.
So, I can hear myself. Fine with me. Yes?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
What are you saying fine with me for?
Yes, I was talking to Tim.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
So now I'm talking to you, Michelle.
Oh, great. I'm talking to you, Mom. Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. So you were sitting with somebody.
Yes. So I had a lady to my left sitting on a sofa, and I had a man on my right, and she wanted to tell me something, but she couldn't So I was like, please tell me. They disappear. And then to my right, sitting in the man's place was, I won't say his name, but someone I have a soul connection to was sitting there. And I turned to him.
You mean someone I don't know?
Yes.
Okay, glad.
Okay. I turned to him. I said, oh my gosh, you're really here. You're really here. And I was touching his face. And I said, I can feel your facial hair. And I could feel like I was trying to figure out, like, this is really real. And my vision was very blurry, but I was squinting. I said, you're here, you're here. And I keep feeling his face just to make sure, like, this is actually real. And so then I got up from the sofa, and I'm like, oh, this really is real, but I can't see very well. So I got up and I went into the loo, and I was looking in the mirror, and the mirror was cloudy. I wiped it away, and in the reflection, I started to see my friend Kira's face. She's one of my dog walker friends. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I started waking up. So that is considered astral travel because it was real. I was as conscious as I was right now talking to you.
Really?
And so, and another reason why I'm trying to do this is to figure out, because with my migraines, I have Alice in Wonderland Syndrome, called Todd Syndrome, and it is very bizarre. Thank you for laughing.
No! I love Alice in Wonderland. But
I do too. Well, it's a perception disorder, and I've had this all my life, but I never knew it had a connection to migraine until I mentioned it to my headache specialist a few years ago. And the most memorable thing that happened was in 7th grade. We were sitting in a classroom. I think we were having home ec, and I was sitting across this table from Mrs. Zawadny, and she was talking, and then all of a sudden I was completely paralyzed except for my eyes.
Really?
Like I could blink, and she kept getting smaller and smaller and further away. And then my vision cut out, and my ears started ringing, and I couldn't move. And then all of a sudden she snapped back into place, and the ringing went away. Everything was fine. And I'm like, that was weird, but I kind of just didn't think about it. And that night, when I got home, I had the worst migraine I think I had ever had. And that was, that was in 7th grade. So the reason they call it Alice in Wonderland Syndrome is because the author of Alice in Wonderland, C. Lewis Carroll, they believed that he had the same phenomena happening, and that was his inspiration for having Alice shrink and grow.
How interesting, but you should have told us, because I would have taken you to Johns Hopkins, and you probably would have been cured.
Weird. I didn't think anything of it. There is no cure. Thank you. I've been seeing someone about this. But also, if you bring in that other 90% of the brain business, there's something else going on. And because sometimes an object can be there and not be there at the same time. So it could be that there are two parallel universes colliding and getting mixed up. And so the thing isn't there, but then it is there, and I like run into it or whatever. So it's very bizarre. So I'm trying to get answers through these methods.
Well, I think Johns Hopkins has someone that could help. I'm sure. Now, Botox is very good for migraines, but I mean, I wish I had known about this. You know, oftentimes children will experience things and not tell their parents. And
it didn't seem like anything to mention. It was weird, and it ended, and I didn't associate it with pain because there wasn't pain until many hours later. But now that I've, after years of experiencing things, when that happens, something big like that happens, I know that I need to get home because something's about to happen migraine-wise.
Oh, my goodness.
So, but there are some people who have this who can't make it stop. Like, they can't get out of it. They can't hold jobs because, I'll feel I can't decide what shape something is. Like, I don't know, a circle, a square. It's not like I don't know what it is, but there's confusion. You're like, it is a square. No, it's a circle. And it's like, why can't I figure this out?
Right.
I feel taller than I am or shorter than I am, so I have to walk very purposefully because it feels like the ground is further away. And like numbers go out the window, but I can't, like, numbers have no meaning or they just get switched. And no matter how much you concentrate, you just can't get it right. And I remember when I was working for the CEO in New York, she had me book flights for her for a week of travel. And I said, okay, I'm having this migraine phenomenon. I can't deal with numbers right now. She's like, just go ahead. I'm like, okay. And every single flight was wrong. Except one.
What's wrong? Oh my
and I told
gosh.
Her, and I tried to tell
before.
You. Yeah. Well, I said, you can take it out of my check. And she was just so angry. Like, I told you I couldn't do it because a 9 becomes a 4. And no matter how hard I try, it translates. It switches the translation. And there was a time I was looking for a magnifying mirror, and I kept calling it a Holocaust mirror. And so the word magnifying became Holocaust, and I could not stop saying it. And I'm like, no, because in my head I'm trying to say one word, and it comes out another. So anyway.
Yes. Well, the brain is... it only weighs less than a pound. I think it's 8 ounces. No, something
your
like that.
Your brain.
And, well, but it's something that is so, well, anyway. I can't,
that was going to be deep and you stopped.
I know.
I
went blank. But you know, Michelle, I feel that this doctor could actually analyze what was happening to you. Oh, we should have.
I went to a headache specialist. She was working fine. There's something more to it, and I am exploring that, if that's okay with you. Oh, but I'll tell you the difference between the Astral dream and a lucid dream, if you want to know.
I do.
Are you sure? You hesitated there for a while.
Oh no, I do. I was thinking of the time when I was dreaming of falling and I fell out of bed, and I thought,
for real?
Oh, yes. So I must have been really falling. But I was falling from the sky in the dream. If it's called a dream, I don't know. But I actually fell out of bed. So I don't know what you would call that, if it's a dream or not. But go ahead. It's very interesting. But I wish we could have helped you when you were young.
No, I find it interesting. And also after I read the book about the out-of-body experiences, before that I had been, like, I know nothing about this before I read the book, but I had been experiencing dreaming and then coming back from my dream very violently. And I felt like I was snapping into myself, and like I'd wake up, like pop up awake, and it was really aggressive. And I didn't know what that was, but it might have to do with the astral. And also, he says in the book, it's common to astral travel, and your vision is poor, and you just say clarity now, and you can get your vision to clear up.
Oh, my
really neat.
goodness. Well, no, I've never heard of any of this, and I do wish you had told us so we could have gotten started, at Hopkins to see what was happening and help you. Oh,
It's not bad. It's
no, but I mean, you suffer with those migraines, and I know other people do too. And have in our family,
Yeah. I didn't get them very often back then.
Thank goodness.
A couple times a year.
But it's not fair that you have to go through this, and I think that
everybody has something.
Oh, I know, but I don't want you to suffer like that when they're
suffering.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Well,
it's just excruciating pain.
Yes. Oh, I remember relatives going to bed with wool hats too.
Yeah,
I guess
Nana.
that did. Yes, and Aunt Lily. That did something to the blood vessels, I believe. The warmth. And
I think they were trying to apply pressure around their head. But for me, I can't even touch the pillow because of heat or just overall pain. But I like the ice packs, so I like to wrap them around my head.
I see. Oh, honey. I really think I wish we could get a doctor to help you, have some sort of a therapeutic for it. But
yeah, I'm fine.
I know.
But anyway, so
okay.
I'll tell you about the lucid dream since I brought it up anyway. Let's see. I walked into this little tiny diner. It felt like it was in Brooklyn, and it was dark in there. Not many people because it was like 3 a.m. or so. And
why
there was
were
a lady.
You out that late? Oh,
this is a dream.
Oh, a dream. Oh, I thought you went to the diner and then. Okay.
You're gonna yell at me for my dreams. There aren't any open here.
Oh, this is a dream. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
I'll scold you as you tell it. So there was a girl behind the counter sitting in a chair, and behind the counter was lit and very bright, and she came over to the counter, and she asked me, "Are you Steve?" And I said no.
With your long hair.
Yeah, and she said, "Are you dropping off a package?" And I said no. And then I ordered a vanilla shake, and then I knew it was a lucid dream because I started thinking in the dream, why would I order a vanilla shake? Like, that's not something I would order. And then I kept thinking in the dream, yes, good. I make them vitamins. And so in the dream I was thinking, well, if I have to order a shake, I guess it would be vanilla because I think the chocolate would probably be that mucusy material that they use in the alien films. And to get chocolate shakes at McDonald's are, ugh. Well, that's why I don't order them. But that's at fast food places. Anyway, and then I thought, well, the strawberry is probably not real strawberries. So, yeah, I guess I would order vanilla. And as I'm thinking this, rationalizing in the dream, in walks this dude, and he ordered a vanilla shake right next to me. And I thought, oh, okay. And then I'm looking at him, and he had a package with him that he put on the floor, and it looks like 6 tuna cans, 3 in rows of 3, and he put it on the floor. It was wrapped in brown paper and with a little brown tie. And I thought, oh, that must be Steve. And then I was thinking, I wonder if I was so tapped into his energy that I even took on the appearance of him, and that's why she called and asked if I was Steve.
Yeah.
Somehow we got, our energies got crossed, and I even looked like him to her, even though to me I have, very long hair, and I look like a girl, at least I think. And
yes,
yeah. So that that was a lucid dream.
Oh, this is all so new to me. It's very interesting, but it's strange. What the mind can do. Oh my.
That 90%, it's up to something.
Yes. But you're all right.
Yes.
Yes.
I woke up after that. I was overthinking myself awake. But yeah, I remember all my dreams. Sometimes I write them down.
Oh, really? Oh, I don't bother. I had a dream the other day. The other night. And I don't even want to remember it because I didn't like it, but I don't remember what it is. But I thought good because I didn't like it when it was showing. And when the show was over, I was glad. And then I kept thinking throughout the day, I didn't like that dream, but I don't know what it was about. So I'm glad it went away. Yeah.
I'm glad.
And then some are very, like, I saw this really handsome fellow and he was so cute. And it turned out to be your father.
Whoa.
So that was nice. The first time we met.
The first time you met when he brought that lady on your date?
No, that's after we had known each other a little bit. That was hysterical. But no, our eyes met. He had the most very lovely blue eyes. When he woke up from the coma, his eyes were so blue. Remember that?
I remember. Yeah.
The sky. I'll never forget it. And
he got some good rest. I guess they had a chance to sharpen.
They had to put him in the medical coma because of the brain surgery. But I'll never forget when he opened his eyes and he was Walter Reed just had him in perfect white against the blue sky of the window, outside the window. And his eyes matched the sky and his wrapping in bed and everything matched. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. The clouds. The white of the clouds. It was just a stunning picture. And that's what I wanted to always remember, him opening his eyes. And,
sounds like you do.
What? Remember?
Remember. Yes.
I do. I'll never forget it. It was a moment that was breathtaking, but it was like coming alive. I don't know. It was very, very. It'll never leave me. But anyway,
And then when he was starting to speak again, we wanted to see if he could remember French, and he says "Je t'aime" to Dr. Rierig, and he started blushing when we told him it meant "I love you."
Yeah, and that is amazing because they weren't sure that he would even speak again, and he not only spoke, he promised everybody a car if they would sneak him out of the hospital. Remember? He told one, one horseman, what kind of car would you like? He said, if you get me out of this hospital, I'll buy you a car. Well, so many people ordered cars. I said, listen, David, I said, you can't buy everybody a car. But, his brain was damaged, but he knew that, the logic between buying a car and maybe getting out of the hospital.
Yeah. Well, he knew a lot. He was telling all of his... He was keeping everyone entertained with stories and
Vietnam
like that.
and everything. Yes.
Well, and fun times too.
Of course. Well, I think he told the Labrador story several times. And,
do you want to tell that?
Well, I'll tell you another one. Well, I'm not sure if I told you this, but your father, of course, you knew, loved to go to movies. And I wasn't that keen because, he would stuff his hot dogs in his pockets. And one time we sat down. Oh, the reason why I didn't want to go was because usually he had another movie in store for me after that movie. So we went from one theater to the other theater, and I didn't want to be gone so late. Well, anyway, he said, do you want to sit here? And I said, yes. I like being on the end. And we were sort of in the back, and there weren't many people. Well, no, there were a lot of people in this one. And he had a great big soda, and he had 2 hot dogs and popcorn and everything. Well, he just loved the movies. And it's because of when he was growing up in Paris, his father had him in the opera house every Saturday. And he never really got to play or anything, although he did when his father, flew off to the United States, and they played. But they were quite strict with the boys. But anyway, so we're sitting there, and I said, David, don't spill that drink. Well, when you say don't to something, he had put it down near his feet, and it was a huge cup. And I said, now just picture a movie theater full of people, arm to arm, full of people. He accidentally, and this was very common for your dad, even though he was a West Point graduate and had to march in time and everything.
Oh, if you ever get to the point.
Well, anyway, the theater is packed, full of people, and we were on an upper tier that, how it sloped up. We could see the heads of the people in front of the
movie
screen.
Theater is.
Yes, but this is where it comes. So I said to your father, be careful with that drink. And we're watching the movie, and all of a sudden I hear ice below near my seat. And then as we're watching the movie, the people just part, like the sea. The sea just parts. It's your father's drink going down to their feet. All the way down to the front row of the people just parted to the side. And
were they getting up or just lifting their legs up?
No, just lifting their feet away, and they were moving some to the right, some to the left to let all this drink go down. And I said, I told you to watch that drink. He said, well, I couldn't help it. I was trying to pick it up. And I said, now they're going to think it came from us. And he said, well, don't say anything. So I just sat there, but of course, nobody parted near us.
Oh, you should have lifted your legs
in
up.
front and on down. Oh, I was so embarrassed. But nobody knew it was us because it was dark.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And the theater was, loud. But I'll never forget seeing all the people part. And I thought, oh, no, if they just keep watching the movie, they won't notice. But
eyes forward, nothing to see here.
And then we went to another theater.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Did he do the same thing?
Oh, no. I said, you're not getting a drink.
Wow.
He said, I'm only going to get a small one, so that's all.
Good.
But I was so, well, this time I said to him, if you don't take me home now, I'm really going to get mad. Well, I did get mad, and he walked all the way from Towson. I left him, and he walked all the way from Towson home, and oh boy, was he mad. And that's
how many days did it take him to get home?
It took him several hours, and
that's good exercise.
In the rain. Well, he was an airborne ranger, so
I didn't have training for this, though.
But anyway, he went through all kinds of training and everything. But I said, David, I'm going home. If you're gonna take me to another theater, and he said, well, I did want to see this, and then we had a misunderstanding, of course. And I said, I'm not driving with you then. And somehow I got in the car and I went home, and all the way home I was thinking, oh, I don't think I should have done that. So when he came home, he said, what were you thinking? I said, I was thinking I was going to leave you down there you can always get a taxi home. He said, well, I didn't get a taxi.
And this is the perfect segue into the time you left him in, was it Labrador or Alaska? Well, go ahead and tell it, because you've already paved the way.
Oh, well.
Well, actually, first I'll tell you another theater story. Dad took,
okay.
I think it was the time that Dad took Sonia and I to see Forrest Gump.
Oh, yes.
And say hi to Sonia, because she's our only listener.
Hi, Sonia. It's so good to hear from you. I'm so glad you're on. But I'll talk to you sometime. Yes, go ahead.
Wow, that was weird. Okay. She's not on
to hang
that. Up? No, it's not. I meant to say hi to her, not like, anyway. Hi, Sonia.
Oh, hello, Sonia.
So,
okay.
She's not really here.
Yes, I know
She's
that.
She's just going to listen later.
Right.
Oh, good. Okay.
I understand. I do understand.
But anyway,
that.
So Dad, Dad had a habit of going to we would get to the films late, and then we would wait till the credits passed and let it wrap around to the beginning, and then, now it makes sense.
Yes.
So this happened with Forrest Gump. So Dad's like, there's seats right there. So we sat down, and then Dad went out to the concession stand. Yeah. And we didn't want anything. So he came, we saw the door open and the light come in. Yeah. And we were toward the back, but there was a person or so behind us. And I knew it was Dad. He knew where we were sitting, so we didn't look back. Mm-hmm. And then we heard a little commotion, and we turned around and what? Dad couldn't see because it got to the point in the film where it was pitch black. And I think Dad was just waiting for the light to appear on the screen again so he could find his seat, and he accidentally rested his popcorn tub on a bad bed. And the man swatted at it, and the tub went flying.
Oh, he was funny.
So he looked back and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." And he's brushing popcorn off the man's shoulders.
Did you and
Tanya and I are like crouching.
Yes.
I think we were just trying to hide at that point and disassociate. And I think he went back and got another wine and came back to his seat.
Oh, I've never heard this story before. Oh.
Yes, you have. We were laughing about it. It was a long time ago.
Oh, and
it was Forrest Gump ago.
Yes, and I saw the picture not long ago myself on TV, but I turned it off because I went to another one. But anyway,
great. Well, tell how you left him in Labrador then.
Well, let me see. No, it was well, yes. We were up at the very, very tip of Quebec province. And I said, we've really had enough, David. Let's go home.
And enough of what? Was this after the Alaskan Highway?
You know what?
I think you need a little lead in. We were in a motorhome, and it was a very rough vacation.
Well, it was.
Did we go across the Alaskan Highway at this point? Or was that a different trip?
You know what? It might have been a different trip. Well, no, it was the same trip because we had done a northern route one summer, and then we did the southern route another summer. So Alaska would have been.
I just wanted to lead up to. Yeah, I wanted to lead up to why you were so angry and had enough to leave him in a foreign land with no way of getting home.
Well, I mean, we had done a lot of traveling, and I think I only remember leaving him. I don't remember.
Yeah, that was the memorable part. But if we had gone across the Alaskan Highway, which once you get past it, they have all this paraphernalia. I survived the Alaskan Highway because it's 21 hours of traveling over boulders.
Yeah, but that,
unfinished roads.
Well, no, that's Labrador. The Alaskan Highway was nothing compared to Labrador, the road, the Labrador Road.
Well, I was young. I'm mixing them up.
Yeah, well, opposite ends of the... So we had come from Alaska. No, that's not right either. Okay. We had come from Long Island up to Nova Scotia, up to Maine, and then up to Newfoundland and Labrador, etc. And I said...
There was some kind of traumatic time, and I think it was that unpaved highway where you and I were trying to lie. We were lying down in the back, and it was just constant. The back of the...
For 20 hours.
The back of the RV would just crash.
Yeah.
And,
and it was
it was just constant, like, crashing over the rock.
Only traveling at a speed of 5 miles an hour or less because you had to navigate all those rocks and everything, and
and you were yelling at him from you'd yell at him from the back of the RV, and then take some breaks, have a very short nap, and then yell again. But there was like constant yelling for about 21 hours. And Dad didn't sleep. He would keep adding gum and chew these wads of gum and just try his best to not react because he was too stubborn to turn back.
I know, but we had to get to some end because there was no way to turn around. So
right, but you didn't want to go in the beginning because it was not the proper vehicle.
Well, we were the
traveling
only Americans to cross at the time. We were the only Americans to cross in a small RV. And the captain of the ferry said, I hope you're not taking that up to Labrador. He said, I would not advise it. And when I told your father that,
sounds like a dare. Thank you, sir.
Yes. He said, oh, we'll be all right. Well, first we got caught in a sand trap and had to sort of dig ourselves out of that, and that was awful. And then we get on this Labrador so-called road. It was not a road, but it was going to be. And for 21 hours, and I said, David, I've just had it. Well, we finally got on.
Say like that.
Well, no, but finally got on the road in Upper Quebec, and I thought, I have my chance, because this was a beautifully...
Hold on. We were... Yes, but
somehow...
I think we stopped in a parking lot of a diner, right? And then and Dad's like, oh, let's go have breakfast. And you said, I want to go home.
Yes, and that...
And we went into the diner and we left.
Yes, and he was smiling, eating his hamburger, and I was hungry too, but I said to both of you, we're going home. But this was at the...
Wait, did we go into the diner?
No.
But I think you were watching him from the window of the diner.
He was watching us because I said, I'm not coming in, I'm going home. And he said, well, you can't go home. He said, we have to eat. I said, well, you can go in, but I'm taking the children home. So he went in, and the waitress later, he told me, the waitress said, oh, isn't your wife coming in? And he said, oh, she'll be in. And I started.
The waitress is the one who saw us pulling away. She said, your family's leaving. He's like, oh, they're not going to leave me.
Yes, and I put his attaché case on that great big rock so that he would have his passport and everything. I mean, there was nobody around. So I started, and he's laughing at me as I'm not pulling out. And I said, well, let your father laugh, but I think we should go home. So I got on the road, and it was a perfect road, which is used for the truckers, and they're called Manic 50 hydroelectric plants, the largest in the world, that even give us electricity as far as New York City. Well, he called the Canadian Mounted Police to report.
What year was this? Like 80s?
90s.
90s?
Early, I think it was 92.
So no cell phones?
92. We had a cell phone.
I was 11 or 12.
Well, the thing is, there weren't cell towers where we were, so the cell phone didn't operate very well. So, and we only had one cell phone. But anyway, he called. He was able to call, I guess, from their telephone at the little, what you would call a restaurant log cabin. The Canadian Mounted Police that I was the only one on the road, so I stuck out like a sore thumb in the little Winnebago, Lacharo. And, well, I was going down the road, and of course, the Canadian Mounted Police in their car stopped me and said, are you Barbara Haines? And I said, oh, yes, sir. And he said, well, ma'am, your husband would like you to come back and pick him up. And I said, oh. he said, well, if you go into that parking lot of the hotel, you can make a U-turn and go back. I said, I understand. So after they left.
But at this point, Dad didn't know you left his attaché on the rock. So he got a ride in a little VW Bug with two guys who were drinking and high.
Well, the first ride he got was with an 18-wheeler and a truck driver who spoke pidgin French. And they could communicate, but pidgin French is a colloquial, like a dialect, and it's very like hillbilly-ish. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Local.
Oh, well. But anyway, we get it. It's like Cockney.
Peasant. But yes. So anyway, so he's talking to the driver, and the driver's laughing. Well, somehow the driver had to go another way or something. I don't remember. And he let your father off, and he was picked up by three French students, Canadian French students, drinking beer in a little VW. So they put your father in the car, and they're driving, and they caught up to me. We had made it as far as I could go until we needed gas. Well, there are no gas stations. There was a house.
How many hours? Because
it was an hour.
It was quite a journey away from his briefcase.
I know. I had driven an hour away, and that's all the gas we had.
I thought it was way more than an hour.
No, I think it was about an hour. That might have been in Tennessee where I made a wrong turn. But it was, okay.
I left him all over the world.
A little over an hour. Oh, he was so
Sounds like
funny.
You have quite a habit of doing this.
I still loved him, but he was such an adventurer, and I wasn't. I was scared. So anyway, so we stopped, and David got out. We three to try to get the gas can. You had to carry your gas because there were no gas stations, and the three Canadians got out. They didn't speak English. And they said to your father, is this the little lady that left you? And I said, what did they say, David? And he said, they were laughing that you're so little and you left me. And they're laughing. And I said, that is so rude. And but then we started laughing, and I'm
leaving.
Well,
I don't have to listen to this.
He had to again. Well, I was so happy to see him though, because we were out of gas
for a second,
and we needed him. No,
you were crying and hugged him, and then I think you punched him. And
then I got mad at him when we were eating in a restaurant finally down in Quebec City. Then I got mad at him again because he said we're going to continue to Michigan and then go home. And I said, oh, no. Well, but anyway. So
this is a terrible way to tell this story. But when we reunited, you said, where is your briefcase? And he's like, what are you talking about? Then you're like,
oh, yes.
And then we realized that he didn't see it.
I said, you didn't see your briefcase? I said, I left it on the biggest rock, and I said, it's open so that you could see it. He said, oh. So we had to go all the way back and pick up his briefcase, and it was still on the rock. That proves that there is nobody on the road except us. And so I really wanted to go home, but we didn't go home. We ended up in Michigan. And then we went home after that. Oh, no, we flew home. That's right. I didn't talk to him the whole time. And Aunt Jan bought us tickets, and we flew home and he drove home. That's how that went. But anyway, so that was the end of that. But oh my, that was a long trip.
Dad tells it better.
I know. I think I told it better the first
Better
time.
if you tell it in order.
Yes, but anyway.
That's okay. We're out of practice.
I know. We've been in too long, but yeah. But anyway, so we survived the Labrador Road also and everything. But now it's probably paved beautifully and people go there a lot and everything. But anyway, so yes. So yes.
Wow.
That was some trip. I'm glad it's over.
Yes, it was.
But I always loved him, though. I mean, down deep.
Know.
But anyway.
Very deep.
Yes. No, he was
you
a
can
good.
still love someone
Was
and
a
be
good
annoyed.
person, but he didn't know when to stop. He when he planned a trip, that you couldn't make any diversions or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. So anyway.
Very stubborn.
So I
wouldn't do that if I were you. It means I'm going to have to do this.
Oh gosh, that was
at all costs.
something. Yes. So what are we going to do now?
Hang up.
Oh, okay. All right, honey. I kept you long enough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this sounds from phone to phone.
Oh, yes. I'd be interested too. Let me know.
Mm-hmm. It's a Corona special.
Yes.
Not the beer, the virus.
Yeah.
You can continue to drink your Corona beer.
Oh, no.
I know you don't because it turns your legs to jello.
Yes, I know. I can't. And just take care of yourselves. And I was very happy to hear from Tim and you. So just continue to distance and everything and stay well, okay?
Yes.
All right.
You continue to put that lid on your Vitamix.
Oh, yes, I will. And good luck with Tim's new Vitamix. That should be fun.
Yes.
Yes.
It should be.
Yes. All right, honey. So you tell me when to hang up.
Right now.
Really?
Yeah, we'll say goodbye. Do you want to do the outro?
Okay, Tim.
Oh, we're done.
All right. I'll say.
Oh.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
You want to do the outro, Mom?
I don't know what that is. I mean,
say, thank you for listening to On the Line with Babsie.
Oh, I say that?
We'll see you next time. Yeah, you always wanted to be on the radio with your pretend microphone.
Oh.
Well, live that dream now.
Well, thank you, everyone, for being with us on the Line with Babsie. We'll see you next time on the radio. Bye.
Yay.
Is that all right?
Bye.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
Okay.
See ya.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye. Okay. Bye, Tim.
Yes. He said goodbye.
Yes, I heard.
Okay,
it.
hang up.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. The red button. All right. Bye. Yes. Quick.